Good morning and welcome in a little later this morning at 10 o'clock, but lovely to be here joining with you to do a little bit of crafting this morning. Do pop on and say hello, whether you're watching live or whether you're catching up at a later point, because I'm not at my usual time slot, but lovely always to hear from you. So do pop on and say hello. Let's do a quick flick through some introductory slides. This is my website, www.love-a-duckie.co.uk. In case you've not joined us before, this is the place to go to find lots of inspiration. Your blog posts, you'll find links to classes, links to shops, links to downloads, links to all sorts of things over there. That's sort of the hub of the wheel from which all spokes spin out. So do go and check out the website. You can sign up for newsletters there and sign up to receive notification of new blog posts as well. So that can all be done through my website. Talking of classes, we've got a few things coming up. We've got a bingo night this Friday. So if you are local to me and I can get packs delivered to you sort of by hand or, quickly in the post, then you're still welcome to join us for bingo on Friday. I have got an evening version of the Stamper Stack, the Regal Reindeer Stamper Stack that I did last week. There's an evening version of that available this week if you'd like to join us. There's a kit class for October using the Sending Smiles kits that you can either come and do in person or have that through the post. What other classes have we got? Some of these have already gone, so that Stamper Stack has gone, but we've got a One Sheet Wonder coming up in October. There's a Saturday Stampers, an all-day Christmas stamping class in November. We've got a stamp camp coming up at the end of October, just doing a quick whiz through all of these. You'll find details of all of these things over on my website. This is using the Boughs of Holly suite, and there's 13 demonstrators that will provide you with 26 fabulous ideas for using that suite. The retreat is coming up in just under a month's time. Still, one or two could be squeezed into that if you would still like to join us. You can either come along for a complete day from 9:30 in the morning till 8 at night, completely catered for. Goodies, food, inspiration, it all goes on at the craft retreats. You're welcome to come and join me for that in Wadnow here in Northamptonshire. So I'd love to see you there. If you would like all that inspiration and the goodies, but aren't able to join us in person, you can have a retreat in a box. Unfortunately, I can't send you your dinner. You will have to provide your own food, but you will get all the inspiration and all those sorts of things delivered in a box. So lots of exciting things coming up. So do come and join us for some of those. It would be really lovely to see you. Let me pop up there. Morning, Lisa. Yes, do pop on and say hello. It's lovely to see any of you that are joining us live. Right, without further ado, let's bring in my downward facing camera, and we're going to do a bit of Christmas crafting this morning, and we're going to have a bit of a play with the Decorated with Happiness bundle. So it's a stamp set with coordinating dies that are down there. I'll show you those in real life in a minute. There's some really lovely little samples in here. Morning, great fun. Lots of die cut sort of foliage, as well as die cut and stamped baubles, and some really sort of modern looking baubles, as well as some more traditional looking. You can really sort of do some different things with this bundle, and that's hopefully we're going to go for a couple of different colorways this morning. Just looking in the bundles just here, I do quite like this sample just here. I think is really lovely. Can I share the link for National Card Making Day? I will do that once more. I'll do that when I finish. I will share that out so that you're all there. So yes, National Card Making Day is this Saturday, and there are a couple of things that you can take part in. They don't have to be either or, it can be both, because both things are things that you can catch up with and watch afterwards. One is Stamping Up themselves are running an event, and I haven't created a slide, which is very silly. Stamping Up themselves are running an event, which is happening on Saturday afternoon, that you can come along and do some card making along with some folks from the Stamping Up head office. So that's really lovely. So that's a free event that you can just join up for. You don't have to register for it, but there is a link to register for it, and I'm sure that that just means they will send you reminders and those sorts of things, but I will put those links up. The other thing that is happening, and some of you may have had invites for, is that I'm getting together with other demonstrators from the Crafty Collaborations group, and I think there are about 30 demonstrators that are going to be putting projects into an exclusive Facebook group over the course of Saturday, Sunday, because there's too many of us. One will go up an hour, so it will be longer than 24 hours. So that's Card Making Day Plus. Again, a free event. Once you're in the group, you're going to be able to go back and watch those projects as often as you like. So I will make sure that I pop both of those links up when I've finished this, and I'll add it to the descriptions and things on the video, so do check those out. But as I say, for today we're going to have a play with Decorated with Happiness, and you can see here you've got a stamp set, you've got like these sort of squiggly watercolory effect pieces that will sit behind both your foliage and your baubles. You've got some nice Christmas greetings there. You've got some little sort of starry snowflake pieces. So a lovely little stamp set. And then the dies that go with it, you've got this piece that will cut you out a detailed bow. You've got this piece that will cut out your stamped pieces. You've got pieces to cut out your images in here, as well as some fancy baubles that you can cut out there. You've got little snowflakes, you've got stars, and you've got some smaller pieces of greenery. This little bit here, I'm sure we'll cut out that smaller piece in the middle there, so that you can really decoupage that up if you want to. So really fun little set, and we're going to attempt to do it in two really different colorways, to hopefully get some, really quite different results. Let's hope so. That is the plan. Best laid plans and all of that. And now I did have a very late night last night due to a bit of a family emergency. So if speech goes or whatever, I do apologise. I'm doing my best to keep going and stay awake. Okay, so first of all, I have got here a piece of even evergreen that I have cut a piece of cardstock in half, scored it in half to make a tent fold card just there. And I've got a mat of crumb cake to go on the top like that. So here I've got some evening evergreen. I've got some real red, some bits of evening evergreen round and about to do some die cutting and things with. So, and I've also got some red glimmer paper, and I have got some gold foil. So this is going to be sort of reds and golds and greens and all of those sorts of things. So let us first of all bring in this nice big, not been used yet, still incredibly sticky pine bough just here. Let's find that a block. Yes, we're all okay, thank you. Just yeah, we shall be fine. There's always something to worry about, isn't there? So let's and a mum's job is never quite done. Right, I'm just going to stamp that off just because it is the first time it has been stamped. I'm going to do some leaves. I'm going to do a bit of first and second generation stamping just so it looks like there's a good amount of leaves and things on there. Let's come in this way, and again let's have a second generation. Just makes it look a little bit fuller. And then we'll have this bit just here. Oh, we obviously have got a bit of a bump there. Can we line that up again? That's not bad. Not bad at all. A blind man would be glad to see it. And I'm going to just put some so there we have sort of trees growing all around. We're in a bit of a pine forest just there. I am going to take, oh, I want to take my card base. That's going to be good. I'm going to take a piece of evening evergreen. I'm going to cut a couple of these sort of fancy pine pieces. I just run that through the through my cutting box. And there's a one die cut piece. And another die cut piece. Let's just poke this out, get rid of all these excess pieces. So that will just add a bit of extra layer, a bit of an extra dimension. Okay, well we'll decide where they're going to go in a bit. What I do want to do is I want to come in with a blending brush and some evening evergreen. I'm just going to grab a bit of a messy mat. Just put some of these things to one side and pop this under here. And I'm going to come in around the edge. With some more evening evergreen. There we go. To leave it a bit paler in the middle, just round that edge, we have some blending. Now, to move this out of the way, spritz a bit of water on here and just wipe up some of that excess ink and put that under there in case we need it again. Right, so we have our evening evergreen base with our pines all stamped on it and some shading around the edge. And we have got a couple of these that we're going to be able to add in, those extra sort of layers of pine whereabouts we would like to do that. Right, I'm now going to cut some of these fancy dies. So I'm going to have that one, that one. That one will fit that way. Will that one? Yes, just about. And we'll have this one as well. But what I do want to do before I cut that is I want to put some double-sided sticky on it. So let's see. I'll fit in about there because we don't want to use any more foil or sticky than we have to. Let's add that to there. Take that down so that my scissors don't get too sticky. Right, have a bit of a burnish down. And then I'm going to run these dies through it. Got the bits on my plate from the middle of the barrels. Let's get rid of those. Die back there. One, two, and three. I'll just turn that round and get my spatula end on there and lift that up. Let's take that bit as well. What I am going to do is put a little bit double-sided tape on the back of there and hopefully pop all those bits out onto that low tack masking tape like that. Brilliant. So I've got those then. If I wanted to put them inside a different card, don't need them for this one because I'm going to do a similar thing with the glimmer paper. And let's just add that back in there for a minute. And let's come Just need that all to be somewhere touching that card, that paper. Oop, missed one. Let's just add that to that sticky so it doesn't go missing. So we've got them all there. And then let me pick that bit up as well. Add that over there. And then last but not least, put that down there. And then we want to be able to lift this bit. It's going to actually take the tape off the back, but that's okay. Not worried about that because I am going to be using it in just a moment. So I will just hang on to it now, make sure that it's upwards. In fact, I'm going to just lay it on that bit of tape just there for now. Okay, so now what I want is, I'm not going to do all of these. I think I'm going to do that one and that one in some red glimmer paper. And do the same thing. Add a little bit more sticky. Let's lay that down and then we can cut round the outside. Give it a bit of a burnish, and then we'll run these two through. One, two. Let's pop those bits out. Now these are the bits we're going to need, and this is the bit we're going to put to one side, but obviously I could mix and match that with the other inner pieces that I've already got. And then this one, see if we can just catch the outer edge pieces. It's going to come off all together. Can I just take off this bit? No, I might actually peel out, leave that like that and peel out the little inner pieces as I need them, I think. And then I shall just be left with the outer piece on my sticky tape. Right, let's pop those dies just there. Let's bring this in. And find ourselves some glue. Start by sticking this down. Oh, I could have done these on sticky as well. Wait. let's have that coming in about there. This one. We'll have coming in about there. Need 2 little snips. I thought I only needed 1. I might actually use this little bit. Bring that in the top here. So lots of greenery. Now let's bring in some baubles. I think we'll have one here somewhere. I've just peeled that backing off and stuck that on. Have this one hanging here. And peel the back off of this one and have that. I think just here. Might have done those the wrong way round with. I could have done with that one in the middle, but I think, will they peel off? Let's see if they will. Oh, I think I might get away with it. Let's have this one hanging down here. This one hanging. Bring it over a bit. And having hanging just there like that. Oh, the helicopters are coming in. Right. Now we've got our little bits just here. We want to take the tape off the back and have that bit in there. And that bit in there. Zigzaggy bit. Another zigzaggy bit. Little piece at the top. And that little piece. And to leave that little dot. Sure, there'll be something I can use it for, but I don't think we want it on there. So there's one glittery bauble. Now let's come to this one. 1, 2. So this is a fiddly little job, not difficult, just fiddly, but having the double-sided sticky on the back does make it so much easier. Let's have this little triangle piece on the bottom. And then these pieces on the top. One just there. I could have got my pick tool out, my sticky end piece. So there we've now got that one left over, and we say we can use these in conjunction with the gold pieces for a different card, so they won't go to waste. But I'm going to leave this one without any red in, just leave that one a little bit different. I could come back and add the gold into it to make it a fully gold piece. I might do some gold, I might not do it all, perhaps just some. Let's see, let's have gold at the top, let's have this gold trim the middle, and let's have these two stripes across the center. Oh, where's the other one gone? Just there. There. Right, let's have a look at our sentiments. We've got our Christmas greetings, wishing you a season decorated with happiness and wonder, boughs of jolly. I think I'm going to go Christmas greetings for this one because it's quite a traditional sort of colours. So let's go with traditional sort of greeting. And I'm going to come in with the evening evergreen, I think. Let's be brave. To grab a few real red rhinestones and a bit of linen thread. Double that up. Make that into a double bow. And have that on there. In a few real red rhinestones. Or red rhinestones, I don't think they're necessarily classified as real red. But they are cute for just adding in. A little bit of sparkle. Where did you go? How's that? And obviously that will need a white insert in it. I'm just wondering if it could do to take the little snowflakey dotty die again, some evening evergreen. Just going to add in a few little snowflakey bits in the background. So there we go. We've got sparkle and glimmer and rhinestones and but a really sort of almost muted sort of colours just in that evening evergreen with a dash of real red and that crumb cake in the background, which already sort of brings down the tone on that background. So there's one card. To say that will obviously need a white insert. We'll need to have, you know, you can stamp a few more of those little bows in there possibly. So let's just quickly give this a clean up. Now, I did see a card very similar to this on Pinterest, which is what inspired me in the first place. But that was a long, thin card, which it was also beautiful. This one, smaller version. Pop these pieces back on here for now, so we can find them in a minute. Leave the big bow piece on here because we are going to need that, but let me clean it. Because what we're going to do now, we're going to use those same dies, those same stamps, not exactly the same. Mix up some of the elements that we're using, but we're going to go for a very, very different colour scheme. So let me put that one to one side for now. And let me show you what colours I've picked out. So I have got Parakeet Party, Balmy Blue, Fresh Freesia and Polished Pink. So I don't think we could get much different colour-wise than these ones. And I need a piece of basic white. Let's trim this to 13.9 by 9.5. And we'll bring in some Parakeet Party to do some stamping. Oh, let's just throw it on the floor. Very inky pad. And there, let's have one in the top here. And one in the bottom here. Nice. Right, I am going to stamp my little baubles onto a separate piece of card and die cut them, just because I've got quite a few bows on the background there, so that if I try and stamp on my baubles on them, they will just sort of see the green underneath, which is not what we want to do. So let's have a look. Let's have Let's have a blue one. That I think will go with a couple of blue. Let's do 2 of each. And you can decide which we want to use. And just deciding which blobby bit I want. I would think possibly that with that one. That with that one. And that with that one. So let's bring in some of this blue. I think I'm going to stamp it off. So there we have coloured baubles that we're going to be able to die cut in just a second and add to our tree. So this is a sort of far more, I don't know, modern, clean, fresh looking. I used our green. I might come back with that green in a minute actually. So 1, 2 polished pink baubles with some pink on the top. And then last but not least, actually needs a different block. Let's have some fresh freesia. And again, ink up, ink off, blob on. Obviously, you could colour in your baubles, you could heat emboss them, and you don't have to use the infilly stamps if you don't want to. But just give a really pretty effect. I come back in with my parakeet party, and I'm going to use the blobby effect stamp for that. Is that going to fit on there? I think so. Bring this back in. Let's ink this up. And again, let's stamp it off. And let's add that outline to our trees just here. Just makes them look a bit fuller. I've not gone in dark. It's quite a subtle effect in the background. All good. Right, let us die cut these baubles. So we have one. I could die cut that blue piece, centerpiece, separately, but I'm not going to on this occasion. Let's die cut those. lining up these dies. A little smidge of low tack tape on them just to try and stop them wriggling about as they go through the machine. One, two, and three. And let's do the other set of three. Right. And just pop that there. So that one did wiggle a little bit. We had a bit of wigglement on this one. I could reline it up with the die and run it through again, but I'm just going to take my scissors and, oh, apologies, trim a little bit off that edge. Lay that there so that we've got those dies. So I think let's have a look. Got some Parakeet Party and some polished pink here. Yes, I think we'll go Parakeet Party card base. It's already cut in half, so let's just score it in half. And this is going to be a side opening. Let's take some of our polished pink. We'll cut that 2.4 and by 10. How pretty is that? Right, and let's have a few little baubles. Might have that one coming over the top of that one slightly, possibly. Bring that one in. I think we'll have them like that. Let's find some originals. So this bottom one I'm going to stick down. On here. And this top one I'll add some dimensionals to lift it up. have it overlapping slightly. And swap that round just so that the two pinks separated a little bit. Let's have that pink at the back and some dimensionals on here. And then I'm going to pop some dimensionals on that one. I'm going to put the 5 on the front. Down a bit more centrally like that. Let's have a look at our sentiments. What one shall we go for this one? I think the boughs of jolly is rather fun. So let's pop that onto a block. I think we'll find a little bit of basic whites. Perfect. And I think we're going to go polished pink. It is a jolly card, so I quite like the idea of boughs of jolly. Let's trim that round. Take a little bit of polished pink. And have some boughs of jolly. Some nice parakeet party twine just here. And oh, what did I do with there? That. There it is. And we'll have that go on the back of there, I think. Blue dots, there they are. And let's put some dimensionals on the back of here, ready to stick it in place. What I am going to do is stick these pieces together first. So let's go with our polished pink on our parakeet party. And then we'll have this stamped and decorated layer. then where's our label gone? Here it is. This little one here, I'm going to add when I get around to putting the insert in. I will add that to the insert inside. Boughs of Jolly. Very cute. Let's come in with a few iridescent rhinestones. I don't think I want the big ones. I'm going to come in with some next size down. And just add some of those. And they're beautiful because they pick up the colours around them. Right, let's move some of these bits and pieces out of the way. Let's find our other card. And two very different cards. So one sort of quite vintagey and grungy-ish sort of colours. The other one really bright and really bright and vibrant and jolly and quite a young looking card. So one quite vintage, one quite young and hip and trendy. So two very different cards using that same stamp set and die bundle. So it is the, let's just bring in the cover here, the Decorated with Happiness stamp set and coordinated dies. So really gorgeous little stamp set and die bundle. Yeah, lots of fun to be had with that. And just if you've looked at it and thought that the only cards you can make are cards like that, which are beautiful, then very much isn't the case. You can do some far more sort of traditional, vintagey looking things with it as well. And I like both of those in their own right. They both have a place in our Christmas crafting, I think. So thank you for joining me on this Monday morning for a bit of Christmas crafting. We will be back on Friday for some more fun and games and to do a bit more crafting. So look forward to seeing you then. In the meantime, have a fabulous week. And look out for those links and things for all those things that are happening on Saturday, which is World Card Making Day, a day that we really, really want to celebrate. So have a good week, everybody.